Like since I stepped foot in the United States, I lived my life like I was gonna get deported in the next 1 year. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. But if you've already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for liking my videos. I know today, a lot of people are expecting me to do a video on how to complete the DS-160. So this is what happened. I completed the video, I got everything together. I recorded it and then I forgot to save it. So then I got deleted when I turned off my computer. So I have to redo the whole thing again. And it was a good 50-minute video. So it's a lot of work to record. So I'll try to do it again. So I learned from it. So now I'll remember to save every time I record a video. So today I'm going to be talking about something totally different, but it's very important. So usually I focus on the people who come here and, I try to teach what I've learned in the course of being here. So I try to, help you out so that, you don't have to learn it the hard way, or you don't have to go through trial and error to figure it out. So whatever I learned, I try to share with everybody. So today I'm going to be talking about a very important topic, and we'll be talking about how to go to school for free. So actually you can come here and go to school for free. Like if you want to go to school and become whatever you want, here they give you an opportunity to go to school. So if you're here and you never went to school, like everybody who's here and maybe decided not to go to school, is not because of financial constraints, it's because they chose not to. So today I'll be explaining how you can go to school for free in New York. So if you just got here, what can you do to make sure you go to school for free? One thing you have to understand, if you're here and you have to apply for anything that they have either the government to pay for it or any scholarships, pretty much it depends on how much you make, the financial situation or your current financial situation. So it's financial situation based. So keeping that in mind, so how can you ensure that you maximize your ability or your chances of getting the scholarship or your chances getting funding from the government? That happens the first year when you get here. Because when you get here, it's important you make the right choices to ensure that if you have to go to school, you benefit from it before you start making a ton of money. So if you want to go to school here, if you want to apply for any assistance at all, any assistance regards if it's related to school or if it's related to other things, what you want to focus on is how much you make. Because if you make a lot of money, especially in New York, you're not going to qualify for anything. So to qualify for these scholarships, to go to school for free, or to have the government pay for your tuition while you go to school, it's important that you keep an eye on how much you make, especially in New York. In this country, the more you make, the less you get benefits. The less you make, the more you get benefits. Especially in New York, if you make a ton of money, you get taxed more. So this state is just it thrives on taxes. They will tax a lot. And for the DV lottery winner or anybody who comes here on green card, I'm just going to be upfront and tell you, if you come here, you have to have goals. What do you want to do when you get here? What do you want to achieve in a certain amount of years? Because if you don't have a goal planned in advance, you tend to get into all these different things and you lose focus, and by the time you realize you're here 10 years, 15 years, and you've not achieved your goal. So it's important that when you come here, to make sure that you have your goals planned out, and you have to have a time limit. You're I want to achieve this, but then I want to achieve it after how long? So you have to ensure that you have your life mapped up. So planning what you want to achieve after a certain amount of years is important to guide you and to put everything into place to ensure that you're getting or you're meeting that goal. Even if you're a little short on the timing, at least you have something that you're working towards, rather than coming here and you're just working randomly on different things and you don't have a goal set in place. And I can use myself as an example to just kind of like give you like an idea on how you can plan your goals and how you can like, you know, work towards achieving them. I'm not going to say a lot, but I'm just going to say just like the basic stuff that I did to ensure that it kept me grounded, so that, you know, like I was working towards achieving my goals. So me, when I came here, like I got a scholarship to come and study here as a student, as an exchange student. And then when I came here, I planned my goal, what I wanted to achieve when I get here. So when I went to the interview, like, you know, the US embassy over there, it's very stressful. I can guarantee you that. Like, it was so stressful. I had to go there a couple times because I think my save is so I kept going there because, like, you know, I had to go there like 3 or 4 times because there's like some document that was being waited by the embassy to complete my interview. So every time I showed up for my interview, they're like, you know, they gave me like a paper that said, you know what, come back when your documents have been received, and I will go there again and then, you know, get the same paper. So I think I went there like 3 times before they did my interview, though my interview was very, you know, easy. Actually, at the interview, they just asked me, okay, what's your name and where you're going? That was it. And they gave me the visa. Actually, when I showed up there that day when they were going to do the interview, I was there for a lot of hours. I think they forgot about me. Like, I sat on the chair and they were doing all this interview. I was seeing people denied. And nobody was calling me up to the window. So I was there sitting there for a couple hours. Nobody was calling me to the window, like, to interview me. So I just sat there, like, you know, I had all my documents arranged and I was ready for the interview. But nobody was calling me. They were just calling all these people who were coming after me. They interviewed them. Either they denied them. A lot of people were denied. Like, I think 2 people only got the visas while I was there. But I was there for like 4 or 5 hours and nobody was like calling me to the window. And then I just sat there. I didn't go up to the window to ask what was going on. I just sat there and waited. And then after a while, I think they realized, oh my God, like, she's been sitting there for a while. So they called me up to the window and they apologized for the wait. And then they just asked me, what's your name? And by the time they were asking me and I was answering what my name was, they were already stamping my passport. So that's how I ended up getting my visa. Like, literally, they asked me, what's my name, how old I was, and where was I going? That's the 3 questions they asked me. And like I said, like, by the time they started asking me what my name was, my passport was getting stamped. That's why, you know, I think, like, before you show up there, they know if they're going to give you the visa or not. So, long story short, I was talking about goals. So after having that experience, my goal to come here was to ensure that I don't experience that again. So I came with like, okay, what can I do to make sure like I don't go back to the embassy again? So I was trying to work hard to see, like, you know, if I can get an H visa, working visa, so that I ended up with a green card or get a green card in another way. Like, I was not going back to the embassy, and that was my goal. It taught me different things. Like, you know, growing up, you know, I was the firstborn, so usually, like, you know, I always had goals, what I needed to do, like, from a young age. Like, I used to do, like, you know, some businesses and all that since a young age. Like, I had goals back then. So when I came here, I was like, I'm going to America. This is a 1-year exchange program, but what are my end goals? How can I do, or what can I do to benefit from this? So when I got the visa, and then I was on that flight, I told myself I wasn't going back to the embassy ever again. So that was one. And the second goal, which is the most important, that has really kept me grounded, I lived like I was gonna get deported in the next 1 year. And that's how I lived my life. And that way it helped me stay grounded and have goals that I had to accomplish in the 1 year before I got deported. So when you have goals like that, it opens you up. It like literally, it takes you out of your comfort zone. So you start living as if you're gonna go back home, right? So if you have that mindset, then every dollar you make, you're not gonna waste that money. At the back of your mind, you're thinking, what if I get deported? What will happen? I need to save up so in case I get deported, I have money to use. And that's how my goal, like I build my goal based of that grounding of like, if I get deported in the next 1 year, what do I want to have achieved within that period when I got here? And before you become a citizen in this country, usually don't get too comfortable. Like literally with a green card, with a visa, or with whatever, you can be deported. Like if you do something, you go to jail or something like that, after you get released, you can get deported. Or you do something that you don't realize, like it's like you do something that's against whatever is stipulated in your green card or whatever, you can get deported. So that's why, like, I advise people, like, if you get a chance to get, like, apply for your citizenship, you better go ahead and do that. But what I'm saying is, not a lot of people like get deported or anything like that, but what I'm saying is, like, if you live your life like you're gonna get deported, it keeps you grounded. Whatever decisions you make in regards to your future, like, you live your life like with meaning, because like, I have this short time that I'm here in the US, I don't know if I'm gonna have it in the next year. And that really keeps a lot of people grounded. So with that in mind, I figured out, like, I lived, like, my mom was a single mother. My dad, he's a doctor, like, so he didn't have any issues at all. But my mom really had, like, a rough time. Like, she didn't have, a lot of money and all that kind of stuff. So she wasn't in a comfortable place. So when I came here, my goal was to change that. I'm going to leave, like, I'm going to get deported next year. But by the time I get deported, I want to change that situation. And that kept me grounded. So I asked myself, what do I need to do? One, I need to find a job so that I can make money. Number two, if I become successful and stay here, because, like, I'm always, like, every month I'm sending her money to support her and my brother and my other, cousins. What can I do to change that? What if maybe I bring them here? Will that reduce the burden for myself from actually having to take care of them? So that's the kind of goals that I had that helped me, like, work through whatever I needed to work through, or work towards achieving those goals. But in this video, I'm going to talk about goals. But I have people coming in my comment section. They're like, yeah, you talk too much. Just go straight to the point. I'm like, I agree. I'm a radio. I talk too much. Like, for everybody who went to high school with me or went to primary school with me, if you ask them how do they remember me, they'll be like, yeah, the noisemaker. Like, I literally make noise out of nowhere. I was in the noisemakers list. Like, if my name was not there and I was in school that day, that's how you knew that noise making list wasn't, like, accurate. It wasn't credible, because I wasn't there. I was just making noise out of nowhere. Like, I like to talk. So if you're here and you want straight to the point, I don't think you're in the right place, because, like, I'm not very good at going straight to the point. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, if you have your goal set up, like if you're a green card lottery winner, if you have your goal set up, when you get here, it helps you stay grounded. Get grounded and stay grounded so that you achieve your goals. So when you get here, you don't want to waste a lot of money. You want to find out ways where, if you have to go to school, you go to school and you save money, or if you have to make money, just go ahead and make money and totally forget about school. Because here, if you make a lot of money, sometimes it means you work too much. And if you work too much, it means you don't have the time to actually invest in schooling to get actually good grades, get the scholarships. So whichever way, whatever you decide to do, one has to suffer. So if you're a green card lottery winner and you're in New York, I'm going to talk about New York because I've lived here pretty much, like, since I got here, apart from the 3 months I was in the other school. So I'm going to be talking based on New York. Maybe it's different in different states, but I'm going to talk, like, my experience is going to be based on New York. So for New York, they have government-sponsored programs that can help you go into school, so that you go to school pretty much for free. So if you get here and you're a green card lottery winner, you have not worked at all in this country, you don't have any financial history, you do not have any history of filed taxes, you've literally made no money per their record. So you've not made any money per their record. So what you want to do if you get here, number one, you want to look for a school that's affordable. One, if it's a private school, stay out of that, because private schools are a lot of money. They're fancier, but it's a lot of money. Number two, unless that's the only option you have, stay away from 4-year programs or 4-year colleges, because as much as they're cheaper, you realize like when you start off there, they're more expensive than if you start from just a traditional community college. So when you come here and you're in New York, try to see what is the community college around your area. Try to look for that. So number one, look for a community college around your area, because it's going to be way cheaper than any other school you'll go to. Find a school. Number two, find what you want to do in the community college. Just don't go there and take just random classes. Like, don't go there and waste your time. You have time is of essence. You've left people back home who are suffering, so you want to take care of them, and you want to take care of yourself too. You want to improve your life, right? So you don't want to take courses that will just waste your time. So find what kind of courses you want to take that's gearing towards your career. So if you are maybe going to nursing, there's no point of taking business classes. If you're going into computer science, there's no point of taking like stuff that will help you in nursing, you know? So only like, you know, if you have like, you know, you're going into something, like if you go, for example, you're going into computer science, get the syllabus, like get whatever, like, you know, the course breakdown, see what classes you need to take for computer science. Because when you go to community colleges or you go to these colleges and you don't have an idea on what courses you need to take, they'll make you take classes that you don't need. Especially if you're coming from Africa. You know, you come here and first you have like a heavy accent, which, you know, we grew up, we speak like that. So you go there and you have an accent. Some people might interpret that like you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what you're doing, you're not educated, you're just from a third world country. So it's your goal to advocate for yourself. Don't let anybody think you're stupid because you talk a certain way. And if you like the content of my videos, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment, so that it can be recommended to other users on YouTube. Me, when I came here and I went online first for the community college that I went to, and I'm going to show you how I found the classes. So I went to the community college to enroll there, and when I showed up there, they're like, hey, okay, where are you from? I'm like, you know, I'm from Kenya, so, you know, it's like, you know, a third world country, correct? So they're like, okay, you need to take English as a second language, you need to take math classes, beginners math classes. I'm like, wait, what? English is a second language? When I speak different, it doesn't mean like I don't know how to read, I don't know how to write. Why are you making me taking all these ESL, English as a second language classes? I don't need those. But if you don't know, you will take those classes and you will have them, you'll have to pay for the classes. So as much as these colleges, like they want to help you, you know, to enroll in classes, they also want to make money. So they will make you take classes that you actually don't need, like English as a second language. You're from Kenya, we went to high school, we speak English over there. Why would you need English as a second language? You actually do not. Like if you learned English like when you got here, makes total sense. But if you're from Africa, you've been speaking English in school, you don't need English as a second language. So they will make you take the classes. And like for the government sponsored programs, usually like the Pell Grant, they'll make you like, you know, they'll pay for only 12 semesters. I think they pay for 12 semesters. So if you're taking 3 semesters doing classes that you actually do not need, guess what? The 3 semesters are gone. Now you're only left with 9 semesters to have them pay for your tuition. And after the 9 semesters, then you'll have to pay out of pocket. So number 1, find the community college. Number 2, read the syllabus of whatever you want to take to make sure that you're taking the correct courses. Number 3, you have to go and enroll in the school. Like if it's a community college, go get enrolled in there. And then number 4 is to find how you can go to school for free, correct? So if you're in New York and you haven't started working, like the best time to do this is if you get here. Like immediately you get here, you have your social security number, you have your green card, you have all the paperwork set up. That's when you should apply to go to school. That way, you know, when they run like your history, financial records, you don't have anything there. So you'll qualify for all those scholarships. So you will apply for 2 programs that are usually like it's a guarantee you're gonna get. One is the Pell Grant, and number 2 is the TAP Award. So for the Pell Grant, usually is a funding or is a grant through the federal government, and you can apply, like if you're in any state, you can apply, and they offer up to $6,895 a year to cover for your tuition. So you can get that, and then you can apply towards your tuition. And then the second one is the TAP Award. TAP Award, you can get up to $5,668, I think, a year. So with these 2 grants, we're looking about like, you know, 12,000, over 12,000 just in grants. So those 2 scholarships can literally pay for your whole tuition in a community college. In addition to that, like if you go on their website, like on the community college website, they have scholarships. Like if you're going to school and you're over 45, if you're going to school maybe and you're from a foreign country, if you're going to school and then you have all these challenges, like the scholarship based off of like, you know, whatever is going on with you, you'll have like scholarships where people are just sponsoring like women with kids who are going back to school, or men who are in the military and all that. There's different scholarships, but you have to actually find and apply for them. Don't just stay there and you're just waiting for everybody to tell you everything. Some things you have to put in the work. So you have to go on the website and see, other than the Pell Grant and the TAP Award, what other scholarships do I qualify for? And as much as you're getting all these TAP Awards, Pell Grant and all that, if you qualify for a certain scholarship, they will still offer it to you. And if your tuition is paid, that money is given back to you. So literally, like if you have like housing, or you're living with your parents and you have a green card, you don't have to work. You can actually use that money to, you know, buy your own, you know, living expenses and stuff, and use it for books and other things, just to make sure like you graduate on time. And with the community college, usually they offer 2-year degrees and stuff like that, and it usually is based off of like, go there, finish your degree and actually get into the workforce, and you can complete your 4-year degree or your master's degree while you already have a job. If you're actually like from another country, third world country, any other country, and you're coming here on a green card, usually you have a lot of support. There's scholarships that you can qualify for. And there's one, like if you live in New York, Excelsior Scholarship. And this scholarship usually, like if you've been here 1 year and maybe you don't qualify for the TAP Award, you don't qualify for the Pell Grant, you can apply for the Excelsior Scholarship, and with that, they pay for your tuition. You go to school for free. And if you're working, they have like, if you're a family, you have to make like, you know, at least $125,000 a year or less, which, you know, a lot of people, like if you're an immigrant here and you just got here, usually a lot of people, they don't make that much until they've been here for a while. So you pretty much qualify for it. So if you get here, don't complain, especially if you're coming in New York. Don't tell anybody you didn't go to school because you couldn't afford it. You just have to play it smart. When you get here, if you get into the CNA that I talked about last time, and then you're working overtime and you're making all this money, you're not going to qualify for the Pell Grant. You're not going to qualify for the TAP Award. You're not going to qualify for some scholarships because they're income-based. So either you work hard and go into these jobs and make money, or hold off on the making money and go to school so that you can make more money after you graduate. So it just depends on what goals you have before you get here. I'm just giving you all these options, so when you get here and you want to work, go ahead and work. If you want to go to school, I'm also going to show you how to go to school. So it just depends on what you want to do. So just to review what we talked about today, set your goals first before you get here. Number 2, decide, do you want to work or do you want to go to school? If you want to work, find jobs where you can just, go to school for like, a little bit, or get like, hands-on training and start working, and then, work overtime and make money, and that you can do that. It's okay. Also, if your goal is to go to school, find a community college. So when you start at a community college, the fee is cheaper than if you go to a 4-year college with the state and stuff like that. Find community colleges affiliated with the state. Number 3, decide what programs or what you want to go to school for, and then go online and find what classes you need to take. So when you go to college, you're just taking classes that are relevant to the degree that you'll be completing or you're interested in. And then after you find out what you want to do, you have to look for the scholarships, and then you have to look for the requirements, what the scholarships really require. Like, if you want to get the Pell Grant and the TAP award, like how much is the limit by year that you have to make to actually continue qualifying. So you have to keep those in mind. Find the Pell Grant, government sponsored grants, and also you can find in your school. Try to look for scholarships in your school, because there's so many scholarships out there. You just have to apply to be successful to go to school without paying any tuition. So find a community college, and then when you find schools, especially if you're in New York, try to make sure like you go to a school is either a CUNY school or a SUNY school. What does that mean? That means like it's either it's called the City University of New York or the State University of New York, because they're owned by the state. So usually their tuition is not as crazy, and if you need like government funding and stuff like that, everything, your tuition is going to be covered, especially if you qualify for the Pell and the TAP. Like I said, if you go to Onondaga Community College, where I went to, I started there before I went to 4-year college. I paid about $2,000, a little over $2,000 a semester, and that's for 12 credits. So if you take anything more than 12 credits, like if you take 20 credits, you still pay the $2,500 a semester. So if you want to actually like save up on money and even benefit more, you take more than 12 credits. I took like 20 credits a semester at some point, because that way you're paying the same amount, but you're taking actually more credits. One, you'll graduate faster. Second, you'll save a lot of money. And let me tell you, don't freak out like with classes here. Like literally, if you got a C in Africa, you'll be getting A's over here. Education in America is easy. Like literally, the professor comes to the class and tells you what questions will be on the test. Like how does that even happen? They'll be like, on the test, it will be this, 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 this. In Africa, it's different. The professor tries to put questions which they know that you actually did not read. Over here, they prepare you. They're like, this is actually what will be on the test. So there's no reason to fail, actually. So if you fail your classes, it's just out of your free will. So don't be afraid to go to school because you feel like, you're not going to make it. Here, the classes are very easy, and there's also flexibility if you want to go to school in the morning, if you want to go in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, after work. So there's these classes that run throughout the day. So if you want to just go to school Monday and Wednesday and Friday, or you want to go only on Tuesday and Thursday, or you want to go on Saturday only, you can get programs that are actually geared towards making you get successful. They have all these programs to make sure you succeed in school. So work is not a hindrance, your schedule is not a hindrance. So you can actually go to school anytime. You can go to school online. So if you really don't want to graduate, you just out of your free will, because like here they make everything. They help you if you want to go to school to actually go to school and succeed. And one thing about America, like if you're doing good in school, they reward you for that. Like actually, if you go to school, you're taking full-time, you're full-time student, taking more than 12 credits and all that, and you're doing good, you're getting all A's, scholarships will be looking for you. They'll be sending you letters to apply for scholarships. So here, the more good or the better your grades are, the more scholarship you get, the more opportunities you get, the more you have you can participate, you're getting invited, and then you become a member of this some organizations and stuff, or some groups, and then you can qualify for more scholarships that way. So here you work hard, you get rewarded for it. So if you want to come to school and you want to work hard, you will be rewarded with a job, you'll be rewarded with a scholarship, you'll be rewarded with everything to make sure that you succeed. And today I just talked about the scholarship and just the general idea of how you can access these scholarships and all that, just to make you aware of it. So if you're interested, I'm going to do a video how to apply for the Pell Grant, how to go to the website, how to apply for the TAP Awards, how to apply into a community college, what you need to do, how to qualify for the Excelsior Scholarship. Like, I'll be covering all that. I'll be showing you how to do that. So in case you're wondering, you're somewhere and you don't know how to access those stuff or services or those scholarships, I'll be doing a video on that, so that to show you, I'm not going to be applying for it because literally I don't need to, but then I'll show you where to get them, so you can apply, and how you can apply to a community college, or what you need to look when you're looking for a community college. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe, turn your notification bell on, so when I upload a video, so you're notified first, so that you can run and watch and learn. And like I was talking to you about, like, setting goals. Like, when I came here, I set goals that, I want to make or improve where I came from. Goal was to get my family here, especially on my mom's side. My dad's side, they're fine over there, but my mom, her side is not as well, especially with her. The brothers are doing okay, but then she wasn't doing very well. So anyhow, when I got here, I made sure, like, in 5 years, the goal was to get her here, and I got her here within 5 years. And my brother, the goal was to get him here after 10 years, but then it just happened that he won the green card and got here sooner. So that goal was achieved. And then my educational goals, I'm still working on some of them, but then for the most part, what I set out to do was achieved within the time frame that I set out. If you find my videos helpful, please don't forget to share, don't forget to like, and the most important, don't forget to subscribe, and also turn the notification bell on, so when I upload a video, you run and watch and learn a thing or two, and also you can share with your family and friends so that they can learn it as well. So in my next video, I'll be showing you how to complete a DS 160, and then I'll be covering other stuff that I feel like they are relevant to either your life when you're over there or when you were here. So for today, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.